Since earliest times, men have had an urge to travel, to explore, to see more of their world. In this, we're all alike. So let's be off on a magic cart that will carry us to faraway places. Let us meet the peoples of other lands. The great family of man is much the same the world over. People are people, wherever they may be. Tower Bridge, the River Thames, these can only mean London. From the beginning, the Thames is Venice highway. To this day, the river rules the sea. For the heart of London is a waterfront panorama of bridges and boats, of barges and restless tide-borne traffic. And the vast city that surrounds it is the teeming center of English life. To starboard Big Ben, the Houses of Parliament, one of the most familiar riverfront scenes of all. People everywhere seem to share a love of tragedy. Here at Buckingham Palace, thousands gather to watch the changing of the guard and to thrill to the glamour of the Queen's own cavalry. Scotland's crowning glory. Castle Rock, the Royal Mile, Waverley Station, Princess Street. The old and the new, all within the compass of a single view. King and commoner alike have walked these streets, yet none have had the chance to see the venerable old city as we do. Northward to Norway. In the hidden byways of this wild and brooding land, we explore a fjord. Sometimes the legends people believe are as durable as the castles they haunt. This one in Denmark is said to be the Elsinore of Shakespeare's Hamlet. The melancholy dame in fiction is supposed to have walked these ramparts of fact. The people's favorite, the Little Mermaid, perhaps the most famous landmark in Copenhagen. People do love to window shop, and Copenhagen caters to their desires in the Strøget, 5 city blocks of handsome shops and stores, and with band music. And who doesn't love a parade? To the cadence of a martial beat, we are escorted into Tivoli Gardens. As the saying goes, you haven't been to Copenhagen if you haven't been to Tivoli. Chateau Chenonceau, sitting astride the Loire, the river itself its protected moat. This was once the honeymoon home of young Mary of Scotland during her brief reign as Queen of France. as here in the Luxembourg Gardens. One of the most famous avenues in the world, the Champs-Élysées. Postcards home. So let's send some from Switzerland. Having a wonderful time. Wish you were here. X marks my out. She's wonderful. Just wonderful. Met wonderful girl. Third from left. Castles on the Rhine, a romantic saying based partly on fantasy, partly on reality. Here is the reality. An actual castle above a storybook river. The famous Cat's Castle. Musical Vienna, city of the waltz king Johann Strauss, whose magic melodies have charmed us all. Vienna is also the home of the world-famous Vienna Choir Boys. Venice may well have looked like this, and those former times of pomp and pageantry are reenacted in the ceremony called Lo Sposalizio del Mare, the marriage with the sea. People and pigeons, a common sight in Piazza San Marco. The tourists come for the scenery, and the pigeons for the extravagant handouts. It's a rendezvous both seem to enjoy. St. Peter's Square in the Vatican, Rome, a lively blend of humanity and history. All roads lead to Rome, the saying goes, and eventually all roads in Rome lead to St. Peter's. The Piazza di Spagna, with its boat-shaped fountain. Local legend says its waters taste better than any in Rome. Rome has often been called the Eternal City. The dramatic proof of its antiquity is to be found at the Colosseum. It was the poet Byron who said, "While stands the Colosseum, Rome shall stand. When falls the Colosseum, Rome shall fall." In the Plaza de España, Madrid, the sound of music draws an appreciative crowd. Spanish music, of course, and the fiery Spanish dance. At this breeding farm in the uplands, music of another kind. A bellow of fighting bulls being bred exclusively for the bull ring. Music to quicken the pulse. shadow of the Parthenon, these Evsonia dances perpetuate the old traditions. Christianity, Judaism, Mohammedanism, whatever the faith, a people's religion stems from feeling and race experience. Here in Jerusalem, the holy city, every hill and every valley seems to have a sacred connotation. The Wailing Wall, where the laments and prayers of the Jews have been heard since time immemorial. Here it is believed stood the Temple of Solomon, and to this day, these very stones are revered. The Sahara, the Sphinx, the Pyramids of Giza, and the Camel Caravan, all blended in a tapestry as old as recorded history. Here time seems to move in another rhythm. The Valley of Kings at Luxor, the city of the dead where the earth speaks of eternity, and the tombs of man's impermanence. His bid for immortality is to be found in picture writing, stories of his exploits and fame. Big game country, Kenya, Africa. Mount Kilimanjaro, Hemingway's favorite mountain, towers above the surrounding plain. This is territory where rhinos walk, and elephants browse at will, minding their families and their affairs with quiet dignity. Swiftly the scene changes to India and New Delhi. Here in the legendary Red Fort, we can sense the opulence of the East and the richness of an ancient culture. There is probably no monument in the world more famous than this one, the Taj Mahal. The Emperor Shah Jahan built this mausoleum to the memory of his wife, and some have said the love of man for woman has never been more beautifully expressed. The Taj at dawn, and all around it in the hush of morning, the serene and passive spirit of Mother India. Waterways have long been the highways of community life, and here in Bangkok's floating market, the teeming Klatt, or canal, is Main Street. Like jeweled mannequins brought to life, these dancers of Thailand become a study in stately elegance. A Chinese jug with a raky sail, busy ferry boats crossing to Kowloon, and the scene becomes Hong Kong Harbor, port of call for every sailor of the seven seas. Wherever we go around the world, we're sure to find human behavior repeated. Take the backseat driver. It's a rare family without one. Among all peoples, there is a basic need for beauty, and nowhere is it more fully satisfied than in Japan, especially in the older Japan. At the Heian Shrine in Kyoto, we discover what order and design can really mean. Most anywhere in the world, a zoo is a good place to take children, and Kyoto Zoo is no exception. Children and cherry blossoms, an appealing combination anywhere. The cherry blossom looms large in Japanese life. It's a distinctive and traditional symbol that speaks often for the soul of Japan. And so our magic carpet turns toward home, for home is where the heart is. As the poet has written, breathes there the man with soul so dead who never to himself had said, this is my own, my native land.
As I was out walking one morning